Alright, welcome to SHAREfactory Destiny commentary tracks. This first one here is just a match I did where we lost, but it shows some sort of twitchy shotgun play, and I feel like it probably looks very different to what a fusion rifle life would look like. Obviously watching radar, waiting for people to come around corners, that's probably pretty familiar. The ability to whip around like that, though, I feel is the huge advantage of shotguns. As you might imagine, I spend a lot of time on the point, watching my radar to see who's coming in these tunnels. Used my lightning grenades. Saw that guy coming in with a super. Decided to get the hell out. Tried to kill my friend who's supering. Not my finest moment. You can see these guys trying to run back down towards their point, or towards their other point, I should say, and kind of jump around the corner to catch them from the side as they're doing so. I see there's a second guy coming down, but I'm not in a good position, so I back out and turn around and run back towards him. It's better to be moving towards your opponent than standing waiting for him, just in general. So I did run back, but I turned around and ran back towards him so that he wouldn't be approaching me as a stationary target, if that makes sense. You want to surprise him. And that guy just supers me. Anyway, so I thought that was an interesting life. I've only played a couple matches since we talked about doing this, so this is one of the better ones. One of them I failed to record correctly and got like a 3-second clip. I don't know how that happened, but this one will do.
You're in the lead. Enemy captured zone C.
Using the Hawkmoon here for a bounty. Not super happy about it. I have not been doing well with them. I think my rust shows in spades on trying to use these things. And as is tradition, the team abandons B to wander off towards C for some reason, leaving me and one other guy to kind of sort of defend B. This building in particular is really good for shotguns because, well, you can see through the walls, and that gives you makes it really easy to pop out at people. In general, though, this map is pretty rough for shotguns unless you're in very specific areas. This hut itself is great for shotguns. The approaches from this hut out either direction are super dangerous. Of course, that's why you have a primary. I'm trying to figure out which door he's coming in. He was kind of waffling back and forth, which is why I was just sitting there. And I should have had him, but I failed to pull the trigger on my shotgun before meleeing. Yeah. Still a little rusty. But yeah, a lot of shotgunning, especially in control, tends to be essentially just figuring out which door they're coming in and trying to go out to meet them. That one I mostly just sat back and let him come to me, which can work, especially if you crouch sometimes. There you see me panicking and pressing all of the buttons on my controller because I don't have an auto rifle in that situation, and then checking my bounties to see if I can stop using the Hawkmoon. The answer is no. I can't stop using the Hawkmoon. So, back in we go. Pushing the limits of my shotgun range there, but luckily worked out.
You captured zone B.
Honestly, even if they're slightly outside of range, I'll often take the shot anyway if there's other people around, just to pick up assists. Obviously, the strength of the shotgun is the ability to insta-kill, but stripping someone's shields while there's someone else firing a primary is... I do that a lot. One of the huge disadvantages of 6v6 instead of 3v3, and this is probably true of any gun that you use, but I've definitely noticed it with shotguns, because you want to be moving towards someone, especially as they're coming through a doorway, it's a lot harder to tell if it's going to be one pip, or if the radar pip is one person, or if it's 3 people, like that. And if it's 3, you're just hosed. So that's sort of a gambled and lost type situation. It happens a lot less in smaller game types. This is me forgetting where that opening is in the door and trying to look into it and looking at Ivy instead. Like a pro. So I thought this guy was shooting across the way because I saw bullets, but apparently he's crouching with a shotgun. Try as I might, you are more likely to trade with a shotgun than you are with a more conservative weapon. It just kind of comes with the territory. You do everything you can to make sure they're not ready for you when you do come, but sometimes they just are. Not really sure what was going on right there. That was kind of a weird one. Seemed surprisingly blasé about heavy ammo spawning and a bubble going up next to him.
Zone C neutralized.
Here's the great tragedy of this match. Didn't get to use my BTRD for anything good. You can see he's up above me on my radar, but I'm not sure where he went. Sometimes hanging out on a landing like this is nice because as you go up and down these little half staircases, it'll change your altitude indicator. I'm sure that's probably something you already do as well, but... oh, he's coming in the left door. Get ready. There you go. Boof. They can see somebody's on the point. And should have killed that guy too, but, you know.
Zone B lost.
Control gives you a pretty good means to know where people are going to be, which is nice. Some terrible waste of shotgun ammo, but I guess it worked out in the end. Trying to chase that asshole down. This part's pretty funny. Pretty sure this guy here that I'm about to kill tries to use the super right as he dies. And I believe it's the same guy who comes back in after respawning and tries to use his super again right here. Oh no, maybe it's 2 different people. Anyway. Cancelled 2 people's supers right there, which is always hilarious. As you can see, that guy catches me out of position, so I get out of there, turn around, and try to bait him into following me because he knows I'm low. He does, which is great. I don't know why I didn't stick around to get the point.
Zone C neutralized.
I feel like I'm nervous out of position. And, yep. Sometimes that dots 2 guys, and sometimes one of those 2 guys has a shotgun.
neutralized. Zone B. Zone A lost.
Anyway, like I was saying, knowing that people are capturing a point gives you a huge advantage with a shotgun because you can run in as a surprise, especially if you're like leaping in mid-jump. It's harder for them to snipe, or when you're coming in from above and moving at high speed, it seems like it's harder for them to hit with fusion rifles as well. It's hard on this map, but you can kind of fly onto points and shotgun people in the top of the head. Great for control and salvage. Or pretty much any time you know someone has to be where he is. Again, everybody left B. Luckily, this guy couldn't figure out where I am because I was crouching. But yeah, I'm just hanging out defending B while they were trying to go retake C. Here we see some quality panic bubble as I get caught on the wall. Oh wait, no? Not yet. That's later. These little nooks like this are nice because it allows you to pop out at your own leisure. Obviously they're... It's not undefeatable, but I like spots that allow me to basically pop out at my whenever I want to do it, and they have to stay within range of me in order to even kind of approach me. Very handy. War machine putting in work.
Finish them.
Here we go. I think this is my panic bubble. Oh, there's two of them. Ah, that was a wall. Fuck. And then they're all gone. This is sort of one of those high approach onto the point kind of shotgun vectors like I was talking about. Poor guy wastes his Nova Bomb.
Your victory gives the city hope, Guardian.
But you can kind of see how you can glide in from above and it's hard for them to kill you as you're approaching at that vector before you get within range. It's sort of a death from above sort of situation. Anyway, I feel like that's a decent match. Yeah. I look forward to seeing how different yours are. I honestly have no idea if we're going to be really similar or really different, so it'll be interesting to see.